I just finished building this Horde base, and I'm gonna spend the next 5 Horde nights here to see if I can survive. But there's a catch, I'm not allowed to kill any zombies myself. And I've got something extra special planned for the 5th Horde night. It's up to me to figure out how to survive this nightmare without access to weapons, and with feral scent zombies hunting me down. I've got exactly 20 minutes to build a Horde base and get as many traps as possible to keep me alive before the day 2 Horde comes. Let's see if I can survive.
I'm going to try and find kind of an open spot for me to work in. I'm really starting to run out of time here. Luckily I have the first Horde night to myself. Sorry, the first night there shouldn't be any zombies really. I have obviously maxed out skills. One of the things I'm allowing myself maxed books. So books.
With the intro quest done, trader met, and a nice location to start my base near the trader found, I began to prep for the first Horde night, going from tree to tree, gathering wood that would be used for spikes and building materials. This first night will not be a Horde, so I still have a little over 10 minutes before the first Horde comes. So the plan is to have multiple pillars with a standing area on top of each pillar, and maybe, you know, like 3x3. Then I'll have a few of these, like, you know, dotted around going backwards, and I'll just jump from one to the other throughout the night. Continuing to work on the initial structure all through the night.
Bars, and I want it on the face. How do we do advanced?
Building up multiple pillars and then adding platforms on top of each for me to stay on during the Horde nights.
First please. 3. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 1 space. I do 1 space 2, and then next block. Got like 6 minutes left. No, I got a bit more. I don't remember exactly how much time I have, but I have a little bit of time.
The Horde night was quickly closing.
Just want stone, I don't want lead, to be honest.
Will my defense keep me safe from the hordes of zombies, or will we be chased throughout the night? The first Horde night was about to begin. We are seconds away from starting. I think I have a game stage of 7, so I don't think very many zombies are going to be spawning, to be quite honest. It's still very early game, and we're not getting much XP because we're not killing many zombies, so we're very low level. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
So I don't think it's going to be too bad. There really isn't many spawning. I expected to be more. So there's like only like 1 or 2 at a time. It's weird. That's like 4 or 5 now. Ah, yeah, this is better. Just they're all going for this show. I'm gonna move to the next one because they don't actually seem to be doing much. This definitely will get more difficult. Like, my Horde game stage is 7, so...
As we continued watching the zombies running at us in groups of 3 or 4, the night continued, practicing my parkour skills to ensure that I would not fall off the platforms. As the night progressed, I moved from one side of the base to the other to try and prevent the zombies from focusing on one spot and dealing a bunch of damage and breaking those blocks.
Hey. Okay. That's that.
Preparing for the next Horde on day 4, I once again gathered a whole load of wood. Crafted and placed all the spikes I could, adding to and improving all the weak spots in the base. spending all of night 3 placing down spikes and feeling guilty for destroying this beautiful landscape.
I'll plant them, I think, along here.
I decided I would plant a bunch of trees. You know, to preserve the earth and all that. Placing down the last couple of spikes we had in the last few minutes before the Horde night began, we were as prepared as we could be.
Okay, here we go. Horde 2. This time on game stage of 10.
There are quite a few zombies this time. But after how little damage they did the first night, I doubt they're going to destroy much of the base, to be honest. Ooh, that's a loot bag. Nice. Kind of want to jump down there and see what's in it.
I think they may actually break through that block, but I don't think that there's not enough to do more damage, I don't believe.
Again, the zombies decided to focus on one point of the base, which was strange as the area they focus on does not directly give them a path to us. Nevertheless, they continued wailing on the spot, resulting in it actually taking significant damage over time. In order to prevent this from continuing, I decided that it would be best to move to the other side of the base.
Hoping if I come down here, they won't be interested in attacking that. Seems like the Horde Knight starts here, goes here, goes here, goes here. So what I need to do is start here, this end, and work my way that way once they start spawning over here. Not much damage at all. Okay. Back to gathering materials.
2 Horde Knights down, and with a few more before the 5th Horde Knight, which will be extra special, trust me, you don't want to miss it. With no real damages sustained in the first 2 hordes, I wanted to spend some time to look around the area, as we had removed a lot of the trees in a large area around the base and needed to go further to get some.
Let me get some spikes on the go.
Again, finishing off the repairs and damages sustained in the last horde and taking on the next one.
So like I said, I'm going to start down this end because this end is, well, safer. So, yeah, here we go. The Horde Knight should start over there. Okay, starting over here this time, so that's fine. We'll go here, 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 here. So on that basis, I want to jump over to here because I don't want them falling down into that hole. They seem to be coming from over here now, which is interesting.
I think the problem, like why they're not damaging, why they're not doing too much damage is I'm still very low level.
Definitely is harder. For sure it's harder, but still pretty easy if I ask me. Gonna need a lot more zombies to... Alright, cool. Let's just let these all finish off, running into stuff and killing themselves.
Wave after wave of zombies came barreling down upon us, slowly wearing themselves out on spikes as the night came to an end. We quickly progressed through the days, beginning to fall into a pattern of gathering wood, supplies, materials, and using these to expand our defences, while also working on building up this new structure that will be integral for the final 5th Horde.
Now my thought process with this thing is, it's a spike-based fall pit. Layer of spikes around, fall about 10 blocks, spikes the whole way down, hopefully. Ideally around the edge, and then one center pillar up to the top. Now I hope they don't fall in here because they all seem to be getting stuck down there. So, yeah.
Ironically, the moment I mentioned it, they fell into the hole and began to attack the blocks, so moving to the other side of the base, we continued to survive the Horde night.
I don't understand what they're doing. They actually seem to be getting through these ones. These ones not at all. You know, we always have to fall back, but... Right, there we go. Horde is now complete.
As the last of the zombies of the 4th Horde were finished off, and with the fabled 5th Horde on its way, our preparations continuing our work on the pit, working through the 9th night, and into day 10, we were beginning to run out of time. With the fast approach in day 10 Horde, and with a hell of a lot of the structure still to be completed, I didn't think we would be ready for them. But alas, they never came. We waited, and waited for them to show, but they never did. Confused and concerned, finishing off the Horde base, and as we prepared for the final Horde to come, waiting into day 11, and on into day 12, as I used up the last of the materials I had completing the base, we were ready for the next Horde, or so I thought. The fabled crack of thunder struck at dawn. 4 days. They were late. But why? As we left the trader, having checked for any last minute supplies before this Horde comes, a bunch of zombie dogs attacked us, chasing us down into our base. As I fled for my life, it happened. Time paused, and at the same time jumped forward. Entering into a time loop, we came out on the other side, on day 100. The Horde coming soon. As the minutes ticked by, it felt oddly slower, as if time had slowed down. And so, it began.
I'll try and start down on this end and see how far they get. That's right. Whenever I see a bird, I run straight into the compound, basically. I think they're going to burn through it very quick, to be honest. Especially the policemen, like.
With cops now running amok and armoured soldiers all around, our defensive structures started to take significant damage.
Still no birds, which is nice. Weird that so many are there. These cops are spitting at me way too much. Come on. Well, luckily this is where my parkour skills come in handy. Alright, I want to actually start utilizing this shock.
Entering into the cage for the first time, I took a ton of damage from cop spit.
Yo, what the hell? Ooh, that one's destroyed.
No. And it was working so well. Most of the zombies were dead or dying, like birds were dying.
It's just that
Damn cop spit, man. Why didn't I heal? I saw that I had 16 HP too, like. Oh, I just got greedy. That death was unfortunate. I could have built the base out of a better material if I'm honest, or a different block. If you want to see more videos like this one, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe. Settings are on screen now. I'll see you in the next one.